Bones are amazing things. They hold us up, they support us, they make us strong. But bones have other uses. In the past, bones were thrown by diviners, seeking out the mysteries of the future. Now the bones are cubes, made of plastic or resin, but they still reveal things to us. As they fall from our fingers and rattle across the table, the story becomes clear. Welcome to Bone Throwers Theater, an RPG actual play podcast.
Welcome back to Bone Throwers Theater, this special edition Fiasco episode, second episode of this. I'm Jeremy, playing the character of Desmond Viskar.
I'm Carlin, playing the character of Ashley, a very big departure from a character like Dran.
Or Ari Glass.
Ari Glass, yeah.
Yeah. I'm Jordan. I'm playing Fade the Benevolent.
I'm Tim. I'm playing Dreven Greysky.
And I'm Stephanie. I'm playing Katia Greysky.
And so we are in the middle of a fiasco. Previously...
A medieval fiasco.
Yeah, medieval Dungeons and Dragons fiasco. Previously, Katia had a flashback scene where she was told she must marry that awful lordling over there, Dreven Greysky.
She got screwed by her parents. Yep.
Yeah, parents do that. And then we also heard from Desmond, who was thrown out of the bar. We don't know why, but he was. That might be a flashback later, actually, which would be pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
He was thrown out of the bar and mocked by some children. And then he ran across, quite coincidentally, Ashley, the very, very happy Ifrit.
Yay!
Who was raised by fairies.
Very
nice. Now Ashley has chosen a black die, and he will go ahead and tell us... We will go ahead and frame the scene for him.
Give me something good.
Oh, I kind of want to see the scene where Ashley leaves the fairy circle.
Oh, okay.
Or where he gets hooked up with Fade the Benevolent, because that can't be good for him.
Yeah, both of those. Yeah.
Or that could be the same scene.
Okay.
It could be.
You know, because
Same scene, he gets pulled away by Fade, and then
they're in the middle of the woods.
Somehow.
In the middle of the night.
doesn't have his fairy dust
He leaves not knowing that he needs the fairy dust.
and goes through some withdrawal.
You're setting the woods on fire behind you. Oh no, the trees! The trees!
All the fairies are freaking out. Stop it! Stop it! Oh no!
Did you kill your fairy parents with the fire?
So the setup... What?
Did you kill your fairy parents with your fire when
That's
you were
what
going
happened.
through withdrawals?
You're an orphan twice.
Oh, because I started getting pissy. Yeah, maybe. Well, we can see. So the scene will be where I meet you, so I go off.
How about you guys have already met, so you already know each other, but you need him to do something for you.
Jordan, what is Fade's extra thing? Is it a need?
Yeah, to amass a horde.
Okay, so maybe he's been in touch with the fairies, because he's trying to kind of get connections.
Part of amassing the horde is having a healer. To
Fairy healers are very well known for being the best in the land.
Right, so he's kind of conning the fairies, and so your parents maybe knew him, and he's a common face among the fairy culture.
Okay. Yeah, we can start like that. So, would it be where I'm meeting him for the first time because I've kind of been promised to go with him?
Or maybe you've been banished after you killed your parents. So the only place you have to go is the outsider.
Yeah, maybe you lost your pouch of never-ending fairy dust and went crazy for a little while and killed some people.
Well, that's not good.
And then it turned up, and the fairies booted you out, and the only other guy you knew was him.
Then it turned up. You found
Gee, amazing how Fade the benevolent, mind you,
found it
for you.
Okay, so are those the circumstances?
I like that.
So the situation already happened, and I'm just so all this stuff happened. The town had caught on fire and everything, and all the bad things and dead parents and all that had happened. So is the scene going to pick up where I run into him and I don't have my fairy dust bag?
Let's say you're rummaging through
just before the town catches on fire and everything, so that we get to see you get real pissed off. I want to see Ashley get pissed off.
Okay, so
Ashley
something
is-
has to trigger me getting pissed then.
Right.
Okay.
The missing
So-
fairy dust.
You can't find
Your
your bed.
parents-
Okay. Okay, sounds good.
And your mother is asking you, well, where did you last leave it?
Okay.
That's
Got it.
Okay.
It's like midday. Walking through the town is pretty packed. Like
Uh-huh.
it's in the courtyard square, whatever.
Now, is there a
During the
fairy?
festival.
Is there a town in the fairy circle, or is this
It's just a circle.
because?
Well, the fairy circle is the name of this particular fairy settlement
Okay, that makes
in the
sense.
woods.
Of course,
Okay.
it has an actual fairy circle. in
Named
the middle.
for
It has to be.
named for the circle of great old
Gigantic
oaks.
mushrooms.
There you go.
Psychedelics.
Okay, so I'm basically at home with my
The
mom.
fairy dust is mushroom spores.
Although you're out, and then there's a festival or something going on.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
some sort of
There's-
festival
so there's-
going on in the
it's
streets,
crowded.
but you're in your little treehouse.
Okay, but I'm in my.
The festival of the three moons.
There you go.
Okay. Okay, so who's playing my mom?
Who, me?
Okay.
Wants to be his dad.
Okay.
Well, I can't be his dad. I'm in the scene.
Okay, I'll be his dad.
Okay.
Okay.
So Ashley's just like rummaging through his stuff, like kind of frantically, and just like, you know, like constantly like rubbing his nose. He's just like, oh god. He's like, where is it? Where is it?
Ashley, are you ready to go yet? The festival's already started.
I can't find it. I can't find it.
What are you trying to find, dear?
I'm trying to find my bag of dust. My bag of fairy dust. Where is it? Where did you put it?
I didn't touch it, sweetheart. Where did you last put it?
You put it somewhere. You had to have put it somewhere.
I didn't put it anywhere. You know I don't touch your things.
I put it on the end of my bed every night when I go to bed. It was there. Now it's gone.
Well,
I
have
need
you
to find
checked beneath the bed? Maybe it fell off.
it. It didn't. It didn't. What did you do with it?
I didn't do anything with it, darling.
Just stay calm. Just stay calm.
Happy thoughts, happy trees.
Dear?
Dad, did you do something with this?
With what? The parade is about to start.
My fairy dust, Dad. My fairy dust.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Calm down.
I'm not gonna calm down. Criminy.
He
I'm
said
so
it's
pissed
missing.
off.
He said it's missing. He said it's not under the bed.
It's not under the bed. Did you check in the bed?
I've checked everywhere. God, you guys make me so angry. You make me so
Now calm down.
angry.
dear. Calm down.
And then the fire just starts like getting larger and larger off of Ashley, and he can't really control it. It's just like, you guys piss me off so much.
Sweethearts, calm down. You're singeing the ceiling.
I can't. And
Oh,
then
my
it just
decorations.
gets, and then the fire goes out of control, and it just like catches everything.
Outside shot, we see fire licking it out of the windows, and then you see like this horde of like fairy firefighters.
Sprites? Water sprites.
Water,
Throwing
water sprites trying to.
sparkles on it.
This is
So
really
then-
funny for a traumatic scene.
Yeah. So then basically Ashley is kind of realizing, even though he's so pissed off, he's realizing what's going on, and he's like, I can't even be here anymore, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm sorry! And he just like starts running.
And as he runs past his mother and father, they are engulfed in flames and screaming.
Yeah. And he just runs. Just runs through the village and into the forest.
Leaving a trail of flame behind him.
Yeah.
Do you want to end his scene there, and then my scene be?
Okay.
Well, yeah, okay, end the scene. Obviously did not go well.
Now we
Yeah,
know
no,
why
that
you're
didn't go
such
so
a
well for you.
pacifist.
That didn't go so well. Okay,
Why you
so
left the fairy circle.
So
I need to give away my black die. I want to give it to Stephanie. You don't have one yet. You can have that black die.
Fun for me.
So my scene starts off at the Fairy Council 3 hours before this. And I am talking to Windrunner, the chieftain of the fairies.
Wasn't that a Tauren chieftain?
Oh, and yeah, it could have been. It's been a long time since I played Horde. I don't really remember. So I'm talking to Windrunner, and I've been trying to get an actual fairy, because, you know, the free fairy is just a knockoff. But things aren't going well for me. So who wants to play Windrunner?
I'll do it.
Okay. Well, I really do appreciate you meeting with me again, Windrunner. It's been it's been really great, getting to know you and just seeing what you guys can do. This contract is only going to last for a limited amount of time. I just need maybe 1 or 2 healers just to make sure that my men are safe and well done and are feeling great and hale and healthy. And of course, once the contract is over, we'll go ahead and rebid and everything will be fine and dandy.
Well, we've never actually rented out a ferry before. It seems a little odd for such a request for a human to want a ferry.
Well, I mean, the thing is that I don't personally want the ferry for myself. What we're doing is my organization wants to hire a ferry so that they can come and be like a healer for us. And I know that working for money is not something that your type normally does, but what you can go ahead. We can go ahead and find some kind of service that might be good for you, for your people. I mean, we can work together to make sure that the ferry people are taken care of, our people are taken care of back in Greysky. We just want to make sure that everything works out the best for you.
Handing Jordan a white die.
So things are going to go well for me. Not necessarily with him, because I was thinking that the outcome would be that I meet Ashley.
Well, the idea here is Ashley's being banished because he burned down the village.
Right.
So,
well, you're right. Money doesn't really mean much to us ferries because we've got everything we need right here.
Right.
So we don't really care too much about your human village over there. But those loggers you've got in that village, they're encroaching on our territory. And if you could find a way to stop them and move them to a different part of the forest that we don't consider ours, then maybe I could talk. I know of a ferry, Efreeti ferry, that was adopted, and his parents are getting kind of tired of him and don't think they can control him anymore. So I'm thinking maybe I could give you his parents, and then we can put him somewhere else.
That could work. I don't know. I mean, that's something that I'm going to have to talk to Lord Greysky about. He's the one who handles all of the deals about the lumber contracts and everything like that. It's part of his family business. So I do have connections, and I think we can get it done. But I'll need some kind of assurance, some kind of token that we can go ahead and to make sure that these fairies would be able to come with us.
Well, they're loyal fairies, loyal to myself, and will do what I tell them to do. And I know that they feel that they cannot no longer control their Efreeti fairy adopted son, who I never wanted in the village in the first place. So this will give us the opportunity to get them out of the village so we can deal with him in whatever manner we decide.
What if I is this Efreet? Is he is he trained in the same arts as his adopted parents?
I mean, he's not as good as a true fairy, but he's not horrible.
Would you judge him better than a human healer?
That's not hard, of course. He's fairy trained, that of course makes him better than any human healer.
Well, what if I took that problem off your hands? We can still work out the contract negotiation for the loggers, but this would be a win-win for you because I could go ahead and take this Efreet off your hands.
I like this plan. This could be useful. Just don't ever bring him back.
I'll make sure that he'll never want to come back.
Good. We have a deal.
Where does he live?
6 trees over near the big hanging vines.
Oh, okay, I see
that one. Yeah, you see that one over there?
Where the Niskies are kind of like...
Yeah, the one that always has little wisps of smoke coming out of it.
Okay.
That one.
Alright. So I sneak over there and I look in and someone's taking a nap. And so I sneak into his room.
Using your cloak of stealth?
Yep, using my great scoundrelish skill. And I see this bag hanging from the post of the bed. And I can tell that it's very important because nothing else is around it, and it's placed in a very prominent location where someone
could go. But very low level wards. Yeah.
So I'm just going to grab it. I'm going to snip it. Oh, whoa! He'll like that. He'll want to keep this. And I just tuck it into my shirt, and I sneak out of the window, and I wait for a few hours just to cross the way. And a few hours later, what should happen but a flaming ball of Ifrit come running out of a burning house.
And screaming.
Screaming. So he's running out of the woods. This is probably not going the way that Windrunner thought it would.
Probably not.
No. But he's like tearing out of the circle, and I go find him in the woods after he's done. So where are you, Ashley?
Ashley has, run a good distance into the woods and has then stopped and has basically dropped to the ground and started like bawling, just uncontrollably. It's like, "Ah!" And then I guess that's when your character, what's your character's name again?
Fade the Benevolent.
Oh, Fade. When Fade would show up.
Yeah.
So I'm just sobbing.
And it's going.
Yeah.
Steam is coming off of his cheeks.
That would be cool to watch him freak.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey there.
Who are you? Get away from me!
I'm not here. I'm not going to hurt you.
Yeah, right.
I'm just concerned because, well, you're a little flamey, and you're sitting in the middle of a bunch of bushes. I mean, don't you could catch the forest on fire.
Get away from me! I've already done it. I've already burned my parents. I'm not gonna be allowed back in town. All the fairies are gonna hate me. You should get away before I kill you.
I think I have something that could help you.
What do you mean?
I pour some out onto my hand. Here.
Does he recognize the bag?
Where did you get?
I hide the bag.
Oh, okay.
Where'd you get this? Where did you get this?
The flames start.
Where'd you get this? So good.
I have friends with the fairies.
The fairies like you?
Yeah. My name is Fade.
Ashley?
Good to meet you.
I guess it's good to meet you.
Hey, look, you seem to be in a really bad situation here. You look like you could use someplace to stay.
Yes.
Do you want to come back to me to Greysky?
Okay. Do you have more fairy dust?
You know, I just might.
Okay.
So let's go. Scene.
Oh.
Don't take candy from strangers.
Yeah. Or
Especially
fairy
ones
dust.
with the last name The Benevolent.
Right, because anybody who names themselves that is lying.
Yep.
You just became his dealer.
Yeah. Kind of.
Not only his dealer, kind of his medical pimp.
Hey, you don't have a drug problem in this one.
I know, right?
I have all of the power.
And I'm not a goth either.
No, you're just Russian.
I'm just a Russian unibrow mountain woman. I had to marry.
Which is hairier, the mountain goat or the mountain woman?
Same.
Toss
I
up.
don't have horns.
Toss up. Yeah. Well, the horns are just something to hold on to. So.
So he's armpit hair.
Oh man.
Anyway, let's continue on with the game.
Every man in the
Okay.
room flinched.
Dreven, you can choose. Do you want to choose your outcome, or do you want to set up your scene?
I want to set up my scene. And my scene setup is going to be our first meeting. Because now you have a reason to come to me to get me not to cut down the forest. And I have things I want from you, but I have not yet approached you because, well, that puts me in a position of weakness, and I wouldn't do that.
Would that be your first meeting, though? Because he already said that you were a contact of his.
We probably
He said it doesn't even mean it was true.
We've probably
Know of
Some,
each
like,
other.
third-hand
we probably
dealings.
know of each other, and I've been on the wrong side of the law, so we might have had some judicial experience with each other, as he has to pass judgment on me.
Right. And I've gotten to the point where I can't get what I want through the standard channels, and so now I'm looking for alternate methods.
Yeah.
So that's the setup.
Before or after you're married to the mountain woman?
That's a good question.
I
Well,
would say this after.
Yeah.
I would say it's
yeah, it's kind of got to be after.
Good. I should interrupt your meeting with
You-
some sort of stupid demand. Carry on.
I think you should.
Okay. And I have Fade here with me because I can't trust him outside of my sight at this time.
You mean Ashley?
Ashley, yeah.
Or,
I am Fade.
or maybe this is while Ashley is meeting his Ifrit buddy. You've cut him loose to just kind of wander around town with a small supply of fairy dust while you have your meeting with the king.
Oh, that
or
works.
Lord or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
But you also don't want to burn down his little cave. That would be a problem.
It's probably a Bailey type of situation.
Yeah, small Bailey, small manor house inside. Nothing major because I'm just a minor lordling at this point. But I will eventually. Working on it.
Yeah, and you have your statue of Dagon in the back.
Exactly. Statue of great-great-great-grandpa, who was the last of the powerful gray skies.
All right, so we're in your Bailey. Do you have like a meeting hall where?
Yeah, small meeting hall. You know, nothing huge and fancy because we're poor. It's kind of in disrepair.
What's it smell like?
Dogs and wet hay.
What is your objective?
My objective with him is to get the ball rolling on getting his criminal network to undermine the other nobles of the realm through whatever means necessary so that they can be discredited and or killed to allow me to advance as far as possible before I have my wife offed so that I can marry a princess. It is. This is the long
So
term.
in
I'm
other
not
words, your
looking short
objective is to be dumbed down. It is to get him to owe you.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. To get him to owe me. That's what I want. Once he owes me, then I can move forward with my grand plans of world domination.
Now, am I coming of you of my own volition, or are you having me dragged in?
Well, if this is happening after the feed,
Well, if you've
after
cut the
the
Ifrit
Ashley thing,
Yeah.
then you would have to kind of come to me to get me to stop cutting down the forest.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the whole plan. See, that's what I've been waiting for, because the person who goes to the other person loses power.
Right.
And I realize this because I'm a scamming, conniving.
Well, the
Nope.
thing is, we're both kind of scheming and conniving, so
Yes, we are.
I'm a little bit more vicious, though.
But
Yeah,
you
you're
are
more
on the
vicious.
other side of the law, so you pretending to be simpering and whatnot, it works.
It helps.
So, I'm wearing my Thor's Day best. I approach the Bailey and meet your seneschal and announce myself, and they bring me into your castle. I guess you're doing administrative stuff in the...
Yeah, sit at my desk, feeding the dogs, table scraps.
My lord, Dreven Greysky, how are you doing this fine, wonderful day?
I'm doing very well, Fade. First time I think I've ever seen you not in shackles.
I look much better without them, don't I?
Indeed. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Well, your lordship, I have a proposition for you. I was recently talking to the fairies.
Sorry.
I just looked over and there was a gesture that meant
Back to
something.
making his gestures.
Fairy dust.
That's how he fixes it. Okay, carry on.
Fixes everything with fairy dust.
I was in the forest not too long ago, and I was speaking to the Lord of the Fairies.
That little pain in my ass.
Yes. Well, he was asking me to actually broker a contract arrangement with you.
Is he talking about the North Forest that we've been cutting again?
Apparently that doesn't seem to go well with the fairies. They say that it's encroaching on their land.
And I care because...
Well, you care because of the dragon that has been causing problems. We need men to fight. I was talking to the fairies about getting a fairy-trained healer to come and tend our villagers so that we could actually continue on with the fight and make sure that everything goes well.
We are handing Tim a white die, which means that this scene goes according to his plan.
Well, so what you're telling me, as he's asked 100 times before, is he wants me to stop cutting the Northwood.
Yes, but there's an advantage here for both us, the humans are great, and them, fairies, or pansies. But I mean, we can work together and make something work.
Well, the problem, you have to understand, the wood in the North 40 is just so much more robust, and it's older, and it's old growth, and it's worth so much more than what's in the South and the East. So I would need some financial incentive to give up that money to go for this other money.
Right.
Or perhaps some other type of trade. Perhaps there's some other skills you may have that I could take advantage of.
And that's when I burst into the room, carrying 2 swords, one of which I fling at, what is your name again? Dreven, and it sinks hilt deep into the wall behind him. And I say, these swords, these weapons, they are crap.
So go make some new ones! Your arms are bigger than mine!
And I pick up the next one and start walking toward him.
This must be the wonderfully lovely Lady Greysky.
Are you blind, man?
No, I'm just trying to live.
Granted. Would you get out? I'm conducting business.
So I am heading toward Dreven to...
No, my lord, my lady. I understand that the marital bed might not be one of bliss.
Marital bed. And I spit.
But that is no reason why we should come to blows. We are all reasonable people.
Wait. Who let you off your chains? Who let you off your chains?
I bit them in half.
Such charm, such grace. My lady, it is a pleasure to meet you. I don't think I have had the honor. My name is
this driveling man?
My name is
driveling man.
My name is Fade the Benevolent. I am a humble merchant, a humble middleman, a negotiator who makes sure that you can have whatever you might want.
Can you get her a good battle
I am
axe?
listening.
I can get her a good battle axe. In fact, I know a Minotaur blacksmith 3 towns over who has been known to make the most amazing battle axes that have been edged with mithril.
You can get me mithril battle axe.
I can.
Made by Minotaur.
Made by Minotaur.
I am listening.
Why don't we just put the weaponry away? Because after all, you said that the sword is crap. Why you need sword that is crap? We can get you a better weapon that you can use.
Good. He is your friend?
Go back to your room, please. We're having business here. The men are talking.
If you would like, my lady, I would be more than glad to meet with you and discuss the details of your mithril-edged Minotaur battle axe.
I like the way you say that. You seem to have similar interest in weapons. We'll talk. When you get done talking to the fool, you come to my chambers.
Only ladies of fine taste know what they want. And I see
say that again.
I see that you are a woman of impeccable taste. In metal and of men.
Yes, well, better taste than my father, certainly.
I am sure.
When you're done with him, you come and meet with me.
I would love to.
Good.
Now get out.
And I fling the other sword on the other side of his head and leave.
Excuse the interruption.
Sorry about that, sir.
Where were we?
The traders. The lumber.
Yes,
The northwest, I believe you were saying?
the north is the best.
Yeah.
The west, the east, southern, not so much. We pretty much already cut all that down. Lumber is my stock in trade, you have to understand.
I do understand.
People expect a certain level of quality from my wood.
Indeed they do.
Your wife is so disappointed.
Rich mahogany.
Rich ebony.
Now, I will be losing money if I do this, so I have to have something in exchange of fair value. And I understand you work within certain circles where you may have access to information that I might not.
I do have certain resources, my lord, but are you sure you want to be talking with other associates about these?
Yeah. Most of them don't have tongues. The ones that still do, I trust.
Fair enough. So, resources. What kind of resources are you looking for?
I need information on the king and his more closely guarded secrets and allies. His weaknesses, his, how shall we say, skeletons in his closet.
So you're looking for dirt on the king?
Of course.
I could provide that for you. I have associates in the capital who would be more than willing to provide information through their networks.
And I don't even care if it's true, as long as people believe it.
You know what? I could also provide you with another contingency.
I'm intrigued.
Sometimes words can topple a throne.
I thought exactly.
Other times, it takes muscle. I have access to both.
Very interesting.
It would be a greater net gain for you to sit on the Ruby Throne
Of course. That's where I belong.
than it would be to control the forests. Wouldn't it be better to take the throne for yourself and then show the pissant fairies who's really in charge?
True. If I have all the armies, then then I can take whatever I want. I won't even
Or
need the wood anymore.
Burn whatever you want.
Okay, I like the way you're thinking.
I in fact have access to a great deal of fire and those who can create fire at will.
Good. I think we have an understanding. You will get for me the dirt that I need on the king and his lackeys to destroy the public faith in him. Thereby, we will raise an army together and topple him and put me on the Ruby Throne.
I like the way that you're thinking.
Now, there'll be one other small item. Relatively small.
The battle axe?
I have to legitimize this whole thing. I'm not directly in line for the throne. Therefore, there will always be people challenging it unless I marry the king's daughter. And in order to do that has to go.
So you want me to solve that problem for you as well?
Yes.
That might cost some.
We can discuss it.
Well, I have made arrangements to talk with her. I'm sure we can at least begin laying the groundwork for that at this point.
I will remind you that I have ears throughout this entire building. Do not double-cross me.
How loud do you want her to scream?
I don't really care, as long as the deed is done. And as long as anyone who gets caught doesn't mention me. It wouldn't do for the populace to find out that I offed my wife.
Oh, you want her off? I thought you just wanted her got off.
No, God, no. I wouldn't do that to my worst enemy. I wouldn't let my horse do that.
Good to know. All right, sir. Well, I will go ahead and see about both of our issues, all three of our issues.
Start phase 1, and I will, as a show of good faith, I will order my crews away from the North Woods.
You are a most kind liege, sir.
Now, leave me.
And scene. Thanks very much for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. We'll be back after this.
Thank you for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. The cast is Carlin, Jeff, Jeremy, Johnny, Jordan, and Stephanie. This podcast is released under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 Unported license. Please feel free to share the podcast, but please do not modify it or attempt to gain financially from it. To find the show online, visit our site, bonethrowerstheater.com. Our Twitter feed is @bonethrowerstheater, and our email address is bonethrowerstheater@gmail.com. Join our social networks on Facebook and Google+. Podcast art was designed by Laura Tress and is used with her permission. Until next time, may the bones fall in your favor. This has been a Nerd Circle podcast production.